Hello and welcome. This is gonna be part 2 in West Shanghai, and we are starting off at the French concession area. Let's do this. So the French concession area is known for 3 things, and I know that some people are gonna go, are you sure it's not 4? Trust me on this one, okay? It's 3. It's the small stores, and then it's the cafes, and then it's just walking these streets. And we will do at least 2 of those things. And all the roads here look very similar, but the 2 roads that can be worth walking are Wukang Road and Anfu Road. And the buildings on each side of the street are very nice to look at, and they are very different compared to traditional Chinese buildings. I guess that's maybe that French influence. I think the most difficult part of the video has now been filmed, which was that intro. So I think the rest of the video should be easy. With that said, we will continue to walk these streets and see if we can find any interesting shops. Is it safe to say that I really like this road without offending anyone? I know it's 2024 and people are more sensitive than ever, but I think that should be safe to say at least. Next, I think we have made it to the highlight of the French concession area, which is the Wukang Mansion. It is a nice building for sure and definitely above average. But to be honest, I don't really see what is so special about it. Maybe it's the alignment of their air conditioners. Okay, I just did a quick research and it says that it was built in 1924, which makes it exactly 100 years old. But I think most people come here to just walk this area and not for this building specifically. Either way, let's go to the next destination, which is gonna be the library of Shanghai. So we have made it to the library, and this is definitely a very nice library. Although I just want to say, if you want to get in, you will need a Chinese ID. And this is a very safe environment and a great place to get things done. And if you're not going to get things done, then others will. Speaking of libraries, what is my relationship with libraries and books? I've almost never been to a library. I never went when I was still in university because studying at home was never a problem to me, because I've always kept and prioritized a very clean environment. Because the best way to get rid of a bad habit is to make it impossible to do. For example, I have never owned a TV, just so I can avoid spending time watching TV. Okay, so next, what is my relationship with books? I have a good relationship with books and I have read a lot of them, especially non-fiction and self-improvement books. And here is the story how it all began. I started with self-improvement when I was 21 years old. Before this, the only books I thought existed were fiction books, cooking books, and school books, because these were the only kind of books I was ever exposed to while in school. And not a single person told me about non-fiction books. And the video that introduced me was a video called 7 Things Rich People Do That the Poor Don't by Dan Lok. And he said that one of the differences between poor and rich people is that poor people watch TV while rich people read books. And I remember the first thing I thought was that there is no way that rich people are reading fiction books all day. That makes no sense to me. So then I did a little bit of research, and then I found all these non-fiction and self-improvement books, and it felt like I found the cheat code to life. That there were successful people who share their thoughts and the things they've done in order to become successful. Like, it made perfect sense to me that the difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is the way they think and the things they do. And I can tell you this, starting with self-improvement is by far the best decision I've made in my life. It's had such a big impact and it has really improved my life. So I thought that it was so obvious that I had to read these kind of books, so I just started. And I read about all kinds of different things, for example, mindset, finances, habits, and life lessons in general. So the reason why I want to read books is so you can learn from the mistakes of others and insights other people have. Because the people who write the good books, they are very intelligent, and most of them spend a lot of time writing these books. And then you can read one of these books in a couple of hours and absorb all that knowledge. So yeah, I think it's such a good deal. And let's be real, most people don't do this, and they don't take their own development very seriously. And because of this, the bar to be better than most men these days is very low. I think the bar is especially low here in China. If you can just go to the gym or exercise 3 times per week, have a good sleep schedule, wanting and is trying to improve yourself, and have a job with average salary, then I think you're easily in the top 10%. To get ahead of 90% of Chinese men, I think there is no competition. Because so many people have bad habits, they are just hurting themselves. I feel like the ability to identify bad behavior is very important. With that said, so if you also want to change your life, then I can highly recommend self-improvement. That thing really works. Okay, back to the library. I'm gonna walk around and see how it is here. Very nice. I have seen a lot of students studying now, and this really brings me back to how it was when I was studying in university. And if it is how it was for me, then most of them are probably not enjoying themselves too much. And some of them are probably having some neck and back pain. And I remember when I was in school that I spent so much time just memorizing things without actually understanding them. And when I see these people studying, it makes me feel so grateful that I have graduated. Although most of the things I learned in school was not very useful, I do believe that going to school is still important, because at least for me, it taught me how people are, social skills, and moving out also taught me how to take care of myself. And it's been 4 years now since I graduated, and I would say that I'm quite happy with how these last 4 years have gone. Either way, I think that is enough library. Let's go to the next place. So our next destination is gonna be this very nice park called Xujiahui Park. And one thing you can expect to see in parks in China, if it's not too hot or too cold, is a lot of old people who are maybe socializing or exercising, or maybe they are even setting up those arranged marriages. But other than that, you can expect the roads to be very clean, like there is no garbage on the roads. And it is a good place to relax and maybe think of some important questions in life. And some examples of good questions could be, is the direction I'm heading in life good? And what is the plan really? And here they have a very nice bridge to walk on. So our last destination is gonna be Xujiahui Centrum, and this is a very busy area with a lot of tall buildings. They also have this very nice bridge in the middle to walk on. And I remember the first time I met my girlfriend, we came here and walked this bridge a couple of times, and I enjoyed it very much. Most of these surrounding buildings are shopping malls, and a lot of them are empty because it is a lot of luxury brands which most people can't afford, I think. Let's say you do go into one of these luxury brand stores. Let's take an LV store, for example. So what's gonna happen is that the store workers will approach you, and they will literally be breathing down your neck. Like, they will not leave you alone. And it's not like they want to be by your side, but that's just how they're being trained. We are taking a quick food break, and we are having Japanese food. Shall we have a bite? Hello, it's dark outside now and I've just been to some of the places we visited in this video, and here is some footage of that. Okay, that's the video. Here is a map of all the places we went to, and thank you so much for watching. There will be a part 3, which will be the final part in West Shanghai. So if you wanna see that, then I will see you, yes, you, in that video.